Welcome back, Motorheads. This is Project Truck Finds on Facebook Marketplace, Texas Edition. You'll have to excuse my voice in this video. I've done caught the fungolitis, so bear with me. First, you got a little 54 Ford for $4,500. Seller claims great restoration candidate. Has all original glass and original drivetrain. Drivetrain is stuck, of course. From the pictures here, the truck doesn't really look too bad. It looks very solid from the pictures. But, you know, pictures can be deceiving. But overall, the truck really doesn't look like it's too bad a shape. Up next, we got this little Ford Ranger 1974 for $4,500. Seller states this one's got a clean, clear Texas title, one owner, original paint with a 390. I had one of these old Ford trucks. Mine was a 77. It was butt ugly green, but man, it was a damn good running truck. That 390 was a pretty good motor for Ford, and this truck here really doesn't look too awful bad. It looks to be very, very solid. Nice patina on the truck, still has a lot of the original paint like the owner said. This truck right here I think would be a damn good candidate for somebody to go rescue. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Up next, got a little 55 Ford for $4,000. Seller claims got the original engine, but it's froze up. This truck right here being a Texas truck. Very solid truck, nice patina on this truck. These old fat fenders are getting a little harder to find in pretty good shape. This one right here, I like some of the things they've done to this truck here. I like the tilt nose they've done on it. As long as they've done it correctly, that's pretty dang cool. From the pictures here, this truck here is definitely worthy of a rescue. This thing here needs to be pulled out of the field, put back on the road. I always thought these made pretty cool hot rods myself. Next, got a little 53 Chevrolet for $4,500. Seller claims all the body panels are there except for the front bumper. Corner glass is good, but the rest not so much. But the corner glass, that's the hard glass to find, so you got that intact. You're ahead of the battle right there on these old 5 windows. But these damn things here, these still make very cool hot rods. You can get a lot of the other glass. I wouldn't even worry about that. As long as you've got all the truck and it's complete like this one here appears to be from the pictures, of course. This right here would make a damn good builder truck as well. And it doesn't look like it's all rotted out. I mean, the cab looks pretty straight. I think this is definitely another one worth rescuing. Next, we got this little 1980 Chevrolet Blazer, $2,500. This is the K5 variety. It says this one here needs some floors and rockers. This is a Silverado, so it's got all the power options you could have got back then. These old things here are getting definitely hard to find. This one here is a little bit on the rough side. I believe if you can get it for about $2,000, you might be in a good place on this truck right here, because it does have all of its panels. It does have the full interior inside of here, and you can get a lot of these parts pretty much anywhere anymore. They make repops of all the interior parts like dashboard. I wouldn't let that run you away. Up next, got a little 71 Chevrolet C10 for $4,500. Seller claims they don't know what's wrong with it. It's got a V6 in it. Obviously they meant straight 6. They didn't make a V6 back then. This truck here looks very solid overall. It's got all of its glass. Rockers look like they're there. The bottom of the fenders are there. The rockers look good. Bed looks good. Still got the original tailgate, looks like to me. Other than that snafu up front, this truck here is in really good builder shape right here. And like I said, you can get all the interior parts. You can get all the body panels now. So this is definitely one needs rescued. Next, we got a little 77 GMC for $6,000. This truck's rumored to have a big block in it with a 400 turbo training, been lowered on rallies. Now I think $6,000 is a little steep for this truck right here, but the truck looks to be very, very solid. And if you're up in the north or the northeast, northwest, it's hard to find a pretty solid little pickup like this anymore. Now this truck right here, definitely worth saving. You're definitely going to have to do some interior work unless you're into the speaker thing like what they were doing to the dashboard there and ruining it. Next, got a little 6640 Conol Line for $1,500. This one here's got a 6-cylinder with 3-speed, doesn't run, been sitting for years, and also does not have a title. You can get a title, you just got to fill out a bunch of paperwork and go through some hoops, but you can usually get a title pretty easy. Now, these things right here, people used to build these back in the day for wheel sanders when I was a young man. Some people build them for drag trucks. You know, it's either you love these things or you hate them. Where do you guys sit on the fence on these old Conol Lines? You either love it or you hate it. Which side of the fence are you on? Next, got a little 53 Dodge Military 4-wheel drive for $5,000. Claims this truck's got 25,000 miles and he will consider trades. I don't know. I always kind of like these old trucks here. What do you guys think? These things here, you know, they ran really good and they were pretty dang bulletproof for what they are. These things can pretty much go about anywhere as well. I've seen guys take these things in all kinds of crazy places. Next, got this little 67 Ford F100 for $2,500. Seller claims going to need some brakes before being able to be driven. Now, these old trucks are pretty dang cool, but they had a problem. 67 through like 69 and 70, the steer boxes all like to rot away from these trucks and just kind of fall out from underneath them. You kind of lose everything up front. If you find a solid one, you're in good shape. Next, we got this little 67 Jeepster for $2,200. Seller says everything is there except for the radiator. Then everything's not there, genius. It said ran when it parked 2 years ago. This one here appears to be in really good shape. Most of the time when you find these, they're completely rotted out. I mean, just gone. This one right here might make a cool little Jeepster if you're into those things. I mean, kind of like the Conol Line. You either love a Jeepster or you hate them. This one does actually still have the hardtop that goes with it. Most of the time they don't have a top left with them, because most of the time the guys change them out and put the soft top on them. What do you guys think about the old Jeepster? Do you like these better than the VW thing? I don't know. They're both kind of that weird category of vehicles. They're kind of cool, but they're not. I don't quite know where I stand on Jeepster or VW thing. Next, got a little 1992 Ramcharger for $6,500. This one here got 110,000 miles, and even the air conditioner works on this one right here. Now, I know this is not kind of an old project truck, but you don't come across Ramchargers, and this one right here, this thing is very, very clean. Look at the body. Look at the pictures. Take some time to take it in. This thing really doesn't look like it has any rust on it at all, and the interior is very, very clean in this one here. This one here might be worth the money they're asking for this one here. What do you guys think of the old Ramcharger and this one here more specifically? Next, got a little 81 Ford for $5,000. This one here's got the little bulletproof 306 cylinder. Damn good engine from Ford. This little flare side here doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. Says he doesn't have time to restore it the way it should be incorrectly. This right here might be a pretty good little truck to pick up. I don't know about the $5,000 on these trucks. I have to do a little bit more research to see if they're worth that kind of money. But overall, not bad. Next, got another little 69 Ford for $5,000. Seller claims it's got a 390 in it, got a heater that works, and needs a little bit of love and a battery. Overall, looking at the pictures of this old truck here, it looks pretty solid as well, and it looks like Texas is pretty proud of them old Fords. There's been a lot of Fords for sale this week here in Texas. Now, like I said, this is the long bed, 390. Now, this truck here does seem to be in fairly decent shape. Got, it looks like to be original paint on this truck, possibly. Now, you know, like I said, other than the steer boxes liking to rot away from these trucks here, they were pretty good trucks. And the project truck find of the day is a 1955 Chevrolet pickup for $6,000. This truck here's got a 327 Chevrolet with a 3-speed manual on the floor. It's got a new clutch assembly, so it needs a new fuel system. Truck looks to be fairly complete. Body panels are all there. May need a grill. The bed floor I'm sure probably needs replaced, but the bed sides, step sides all look good. Tailgate looks good. A little roached out looking from here. Got all the glass it appears, and the roof and everything's not all rotted out like you find in the Northeast. I mean, it looks to be an overall very, very solid little Chevrolet pickup truck, and I'm telling you, them old 55s, they're getting up there in the price right now. But let's just be honest, a lot of people are pricing things way too high anymore. Well, that's all I got for you today. If you liked today's video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next one.